Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Pages and Pals live show. In case you are new, this is a monthly live show that the BookTube Chicks host. We'll usually have more people in the live show, but our friends couldn't be here, and that's perfectly okay. Basically, what we do is we read together. We each are reading our own books, and we think it's more fun. Personally, I think it's more fun when you read with friends, when you read with pals. So normally our live shows, we do 2 reading sprints and we have a break in between each reading sprint. And we just wanted to, of course, before we get started, just commemorate this day. It is Juneteenth. It is June 19th. And we recognize how important this day is. And we recognize, of course, that there are more things to work towards that this day represents, of course. And we just want to say, everyone out there who is affected by this day or has been affected by this day, we recognize you and we understand how important this day is. But anyway, if you're hearing, hi Donna, if you're here to read with us, again, this is just a live read-in. We do this every single month. It's usually in the middle of the month on a Saturday, same time on my channel. Anyway, I'm going to let these ladies introduce themselves, and everybody's link for their channels, social medias is all down below. But before we let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Chloe, you can go first. You can let us know who you are and what you're reading.
Hello, everybody. My name is Chloe. I run the BookTube channel BrunetteBibliophile. Tonight, I'm conflicted on what I'm going to be reading. I have 2 choices. I could start Lumberjanes Volume 1 and get that out of the way because I'm trying to find more like YA summer camp books. Specifically, I was looking for summer camp romances, but this came up as a different option. So I have this, or I could keep going in King of Scars. And I honestly have no idea what I'm going to do. I guess I'm just going to pick like in the moment.
Are you enjoying King of Scars?
You know, it's good. I like certain parts more than others, but I still think that Six of Crows is my favorite.
Okay. All right, Desirai, if you'd like to go next.
Hello, I'm Desirai from LibriLabra. I think I'm going to continue on reading The Ivies by Alexa Dunn. And it's kind of like a bunch of girls that are like privileged. They kind of formed a group because they all wanted to go to Ivy League schools, and all of a sudden someone's been murdered and they're just like freaking out about it because they all had very specific schools that they wanted to be accepted to, and one girl got denied and another girl applied to that school when she shouldn't have, and it's just like a lot of privileged people, mean girl drama, and so I'm going to probably be continuing on with that.
Okay. As for me, I am reading 2 books currently. I am listening to the audiobook of Dumpling by Julie Murphy. I have already read this book. This is a reread for me. But a few days ago, I had the urge to read the second book, which is Pudding. And she also has a 3rd book in the series, which is called Pumpkin. So I was like, I really enjoyed this book and I really want to continue on with the other books. So I decided to start listening to this in my as an audiobook in my commute to work. I also have The Hive by Barry Liga or something. So I went to Barnes & Noble's a few weeks ago for the first time since the pandemic started. I was missing being surrounded by books. So I went and I wanted to buy a book. I didn't go there for a particular book. And I saw this and it sounded really interesting. It's kind of like a dystopian with some sci-fi mixed in. So I was really excited. I haven't read much. I've only read like a chapter. So I think I'm going to focus on this one just because, again, Dumpling, I usually just try to focus that on during my commute to work. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our first reading sprint. Usually we do 2 reading sprints, do 25 minutes and then 20 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and start with our 25 minutes. One thing that is different that we're doing this live show is I decided to go ahead and put some background music. It's going to be very, very soft and low. If it bothers you, please let me know in the comments, guys. If it starts to bother you guys, just let me know, and I can either turn it off or make it even lower in volume. But I decided to just so that there's no complete silence while we're reading. But just let me know if it bothers you. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'll share my screen so that you guys can see the timer countdown.
you.
Okay. Anyways, so I'm at the very beginning of my book. I decided to read The Hive, and it's all about social media and controlling people's behavior on social media. So it's almost like social media has gotten out of control. So in this world, there's something called The Hive. It's just basically people on the internet who give justice for people misbehaving on the internet, and it's pretty interesting. I like it. Basically, if you do something mean on the internet, you talk bad about somebody and it's not true, you start rumors, anything that you do wrong on the internet, people in the hive, anybody can be in the hive. People will go out and find who you are, even if you're trying to be anonymous. They will find who you are, and you will face real life consequences. So one example that they gave is that this guy, he criticized his family online, and it turns out his wife has cancer, and he left her despite knowing that she has cancer, and he just said some really bad things about him, and people found out who he was, and they implemented justice against him. And basically what he had to do is it's nothing physical, like there's no like beating him up or anything. It's just like he had to go to this crowded place, and he had to take off his clothes, and he had to walk around naked. So basically humiliating him for him humiliating his family. So it's kind of things like that. And apparently the government can't do anything. The government kind of implemented some laws to try to control the hive, but the hive kind of grew so big that they can't stop necessarily the hive. So it's pretty interesting so far. I'm just wondering what's going to happen. I like it. I always like dystopians or sci-fis that have a little bit of technology mixed in. So, and it's something that's obviously we're very big on social media nowadays. There's so many different types of social media, and I know we all have an account on all those different social medias. So it's interesting to see how this book will take a spin on social media justice, I guess you could say. So, Chloe, how is your book going?
So I ended up picking Lumberjanes, and I actually only have 6 pages left in it. And it's kind of like, it's like summer camp, but if you add like some like sci-fi fantasy-ish elements, and basically this like troop of Lumberjanes keeps discovering all these like mythical creatures and stuff like that, or like crazy, like I don't even know, like they fell into a cave and they found this like whole like booby trapped room. Like it's a bunch of like weird stuff, but it's like it's interesting.
Is it middle grade?
Yeah, I think it is. I didn't know what it was when I got it from the library. But it does seem middle grade. I also just looked it up on Goodreads, and there's like 20 volumes. So I guess I'm gonna keep going. Like I'll order the next volume and see what happens. But I'll definitely finish it in the next round and then read King of Scars.
How many pages is this?
It's only like 102 pages.
It's a graphic novel? Or Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Desirai.
So, like, I'm just in the part of the book where, like, the students are trying to figure out, you know, why this girl got murdered, but, like, they're analyzing
what are you reading again?
The Ivies.
Oh, okay.
And they're, like, doing this play-by-play of who talked to who and who slept with who and who might have been cheating on who. And, like, the book is not bad, and I like Alexa Dunn's writing. I just don't think I'm in the right headspace for it. Like, I'm just not feeling it right now. It seems just like, I don't know. I don't think I want high drama in this moment because I feel like I've had so much high drama in my life. I just want something that's like a little bit more chill. But I got it from the library, so I feel like I have to read it since it was made available.
How many pages is it?
I don't know how many pages it is, but like, let me see if I could.
Oh, like how far into it? Like, can you see?
I'm like 40% into it. Yeah. So
Wow.
that's that on that.
Chloe, someone commented saying, my sister read 16 volumes of Lumberjanes, and she said it was really good.
Yeah, I was just looking it up because I guess it started in 2015, and the most recent one is supposed to come out in August. So I have a lot to catch up on if I end up really enjoying it.
At least it's graphic novels. At least it's not like a whole book series.
Yeah,
that'll be a long time.
I'm placing them on hold right now. I guess I have one checked in at the library I work at, so I guess I could get that on whenever I'm there again.
Okay, so for those of you joining us, this is Pages and Pals. This is a monthly live show where we just read together. Again, it's not a book club. We're not necessarily reading the same book together. We're just hanging out with pals and reading books together because I personally find it's more fun to read with friends. So grab your book. We're going to do our second our second reading sprint. We do 2 reading sprints in the live show. We're going to our second one right now. And we normally do a 20-minute one, but I decided to just go ahead and extend it by 5 minutes. So we'll do a 25-minute reading sprint for our last reading sprint. So again, I will have background music, obviously by the comments in the chat. It was too low, so I'll make it a little louder. If the music does bother you, just let me know and I'll turn it down. And I'll also share my screen so you guys know how much time we have left. So we can go ahead and get started. Okay. All right, so that was 25 minutes. My book is getting pretty interesting. It's still setting up the scenario. Our main character, she really loves the hive, but her mom does not agree with what the hive does, because she feels like a lot of people who are giving out justice for these internet misbehaviors are people who aren't really understanding the situation. And I partially agree with that, but I also see a lot of people on social media who should maybe keep their mouths shut. But anyway, I read a total of almost 50 pages in these two 25-minute reading sprints. So 50 pages in 50 minutes. It's pretty good. Chloe, how's your book going?
So I finished Lumberjanes pretty early on, and then started reading King of Scars. I read like a chapter and a half. I was kind of in the middle of a chapter. But I think things are starting to pick up. I found that I've been reading this for like a week on and off, and I found that like actually sitting down with the physical book is helping me focus more, because mostly I just have like the ebook tab open on my work computer. But we're getting somewhere. I think it took 150 pages to get there, but we're getting somewhere.
So again, the thing I'm reading is like a murder mystery. So they're still just trying to connect all the dots to figure out why things are happening, and if getting into a school was really worth killing somebody over. And they're just trying to figure out like who would have had enough motive to do the thing.
I know some people in the comments were mentioning Salma said that she just finished reading Infinity Reaper by Adam Silverin, and she wants to start Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I personally have a love-hate relationship with Colleen Hoover. I read, what was that book that I wish I could burn out of my mind that I read?
November 9th?
Yes, I read that. I hate it with a passion. But I also read a second book, which I also don't remember the name. What was the name of that book?
It Ends With Us.
Was it? Ends With Us?
No, she read
All Your Perfects. All Your Perfects.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I read All Your Perfects, and I actually really loved that book. I really enjoyed it. It was, I feel like if you're getting into Colleen Hoover and you know the drama behind that book, you should probably not read that book as your first Colleen Hoover book, which I did read because, to be honest, I don't even remember why I read it, but I did.
I probably told you to read it.
Yes, I think it was. Yeah, that's right. I think you wanted me to read it to give her
that you
a chance.
So you would form your own opinions.
Correct. Yes, now I remember. And I ended up hating it in a way, but anyway, All Your Perfects it was really, really good. So it goes to show that if you should always give an author a second chance, because you never know if you might enjoy one of their other books.
I've enjoyed all Colleen Hoover books.
Sorry,
you should read Ugly Love, Cat.
That's the one I didn't love.
Really? Oh my gosh, that broke me.
Yeah, I told you why, because I dated a pilot for a really long time.
Oh, that's right.
And,
is that the only reason though?
That's the biggest reason, because like it was so hard for me to believe what the main character was going through, because for the most part, pilot culture just has a lot of cheating and infidelity, and like I couldn't buy into it. So it was a good book though.
Right. Yeah, I have one other book that you gave me by Colleen Hoover. I should put that as I should read it at some point. But anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and end our live show. I want to say thank you to everyone who joined us. Again, if you are new to Pages and Pal, this is a monthly read-in. We have this live show every single month. It's usually in the middle of the month on Saturday, and it's always on my channel. It's always at 5 p.m. Eastern time. If we decide to change it, if it needs to change to a different time, of course we will let you guys know on social media. and everything. So make sure you follow me on social media, follow the BookTube social media, follow any of these girls' social media. It's all linked in the description below. But I will go ahead and announce our next Pages and Pals live show. Next Pages and Pals live show is July 24th. It's going to be, again, on my channel. It's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So mark your calendars. Again, July 24th, Saturday, July 24th. And it's just, you know, reading together with pals. Hopefully the other two people who normally join us, and that is Kathy and Donna, hopefully they'll be here. They couldn't make it today, and that's okay. But anyway, thank you to everyone who joined, and we will see you guys on our next live show. Bye, guys.